China, and it's great. Today we're going to talk about the environment because it's all around us. And make sure you watch to the end because it might be you that is the commenter of this very week. I have two things to tell you about the elevator. Number one, it stinks this morning, and I get stuck in the stinky one every time. But then also, we have a screen that plays ads on it, and the screen that plays ads on it has an ad for our cleaning service that we actually use. They're good. I could recommend them. But their ad this time has the score to Game of Thrones. Cleanliness is coming.
I work in 𝗣𝗂𝗸 and in a very small town. That place, when the first time I get there, I was cried in front of the school gate for like 2 hours. Because I grew up in a city, and that job is very, very hard. I tried my best, and I didn't even work for a whole year. I just prepared for that test to get that job. But then when I get there, I feel it's like it's not what I want. I feel a little disappointed because that school is a small school. The town is very, very small. They don't have sports field, and I don't know anyone there. I feel alone. That is the first time I got there. But then I made some friends there. My colleagues, they're very nice to me. So we found something to do after that.
Sometimes I even don't order stuff online and buy it from a store near me. It's a supermarket 𝗣𝘂𝗶𝗴. This beautiful tank top for men, extra large, fits me, extra me. And it is the beautiful designer 𝗣𝘂𝗶𝗴𝗏. Quite quality. I used to run with one of my high school students, Julie. She would join me at lunch so she could practice her English. One day we were talking about the weather, and I mentioned that when I was younger, we didn't have such extreme temperatures and wild storms like we do now. And she said, "Oh yeah, we read about that in my textbook."
So Ethan, are you okay? Am I okay? Yeah, I'm great. Amazing. I'd like to think I am. Wow.
I don't know that. But they are from different place. We can chat with our it's not something like cultural, like the dialogue, but some funny things, or different livings, a lifestyle like that. Because in north of China, they have to eat a lot of noodles and like a bun, you know.
Yeah, bun.
Yeah, and they hate the noodles. They like our rice, and they all day enjoy their eating. But we are so bored.
Here's something I have a hard time learning because I'm a big-time directions girl and map reader from way back. But that, in China, you're gonna need a little more than just a street address. I spent, 20 minutes wandering up and down this block looking for a certain street address. I asked for directions from someone else who sent me around the corner. But then I finally typed it into my own phone because it's 2018 and just followed the map to get there. And I found it. So it turns out the street address I was working from was incorrect. And that just frequently happens to me. I don't know why in China, but that's where, I guess that's where I am now. And that's where I have trouble finding stuff. Now here's a Chinese tip. You should live in a small city in China and take lots of cabs, because cab drivers will ask you all kinds of nosy questions, and you get to practice every vocabulary word that you ever learned. It's great. You can buy socks from a street side vendor, so it's kind of easy to forget, but the textile making still has a pretty huge impact on the environment. From natural fibers to polyesters, it all has a cost. That's why this giraffe only has 2 pairs of pants. Giraffes don't wear pants. Hey, 𝗖𝗵cie. Cancel the wizard. Sorry about that.
You got the stuff.
Modern medicine exists. I went to the hospital this morning. Catherine used her app to make an appointment. It was great. I got to bypass all those fools waiting in the lobby. But you know, up in the office, it was the regular scrum. You've seen. It's like, you know, a fleshy game of checkers. I mean, they are supposed to have a system where they call your name when it's your turn. There is like actually an official lineup, but you know how it is with lineups and waiting. It's the arms race has begun already before you even entered the room. But you know, I'm lucky to have Catherine there. She takes the offensive and kind of maneuvers me around, and then when it's time, I mean, I've done this. I've been to the doctor before by myself, but she really like jammed my butt in the chair. I was next. And then it was my turn for my 2 minutes with the doctor. All this for $3 US price of admission. Not too shabby. But he asked me what's wrong, so I say I have allergies and I have a cough that won't go away. And he says, you have allergies and you have asthma. Immediately, he knew this. I blew in a tube, confirmed he was right. So he gives me the prescription and we go down to the pharmacy. Catherine takes me there, but then she actually leaves to go to her own appointment, which is fine. Because I've developed a strategy for waiting on the pharmacy line. They have the big board up there with everybody's names who's waiting for their medicine. And I like to play tic-tac-toe on the board and see if I can line up the family names. And I got 4 yang-yang-yangs. I won. And then, before you know it, medicine. And I got a lollipop out of it.
It's a tambourine.
But there's candy inside. Care for your garments, don't throw them away. Ew, deodorant stains. It's all soaked in. You gotta cut that out, 𝗵𝗵𝗶. Mice won't respect you. Worms will think you're their friend. Baking soda plus vinegar, an exothermic reaction. Hot paste. Get that on your toothbrush. You can brush anything with an old toothbrush. Scrub, scrub, scrub. Keep scrubbing. Then soak in it. Time passes for us all. One day it will end. And the deodorant rises. Wipe that mess off with a pair of tights. These tights are blue. Use washing machine. It's a mystery what happens inside. And then it's clean. We don't have a dryer. It's inconveniently environmental. When the process is finished, you're clean and everyone can see it.
What do you want to do when you are a civil engineer?
Well, the engineer will do many contributions. Maybe I will build some bridge or high buildings. And for the interview, I think I will say that I will devote myself to developing the fields of environmental friendly construction and underground cities, because I can do some contribution to the society. I think the professors will like my answer.
In every Chinese apartment I've ever lived in, I've had some very fancy light fixtures. So fancy I don't even know how to change the light bulbs. It's like living in the beautiful KTV palace that starts slowly getting darker until I finally have to move out.
We are in 𝗵𝗵𝗶 in 𝗑江County of Luzhou.
And Michael, what are we doing here today?
We come here for go hiking and have a rest, and also introduce the 𝗵𝗵𝗶 to Emily.
And how was our lunch? What did we eat for lunch today?
I think the lunch is so healthy to us. But maybe you should have a try and you see.
We ate just the cabbage, just the vegetables. We don't have meat because we are in the temple. We ate with the monks and they sang songs before lunch to show our thanks to the nature, to the food.
And what did you think of lunch, Danny?
The lunch? I think the lunch is different from the normal people, because in our daily life we always eat meat and vegetables, but in there people just eat vegetables. So I think this is really a hard thing to me or to a lot of people, because the meat, I think the meat is important, but they can, for their belief, they give up eat meat. I think it's great, and I think I'm proud of this belief, because they are really let me how to say let me
Think deeply,
yes,
to
let me think
appreciate.
deeply and appreciate.
These are sprouts. I love sprouts. When they're fresh, they're so delicious and succulent, and look at those roots. They are so good, and they have like just a hint of sharpish, kind of bitterish, fermenty taste that makes them a really nice sharp note in any kind of dish you're having them in. And that makes it all the more disappointing if you get a bad batch or they're out of season or something. Fresh. Last week, also I had some sprouts that they just weren't ready yet. And when a sprout goes bad, it's trouble. Your jaw gets tired and hurts your gums, but mostly you're just sad because such a wonderful fresh vegetable has fallen under the influence of a bad friend or something. And now a complaint.
I love my neti pot. It's a lifesaver for my seasonal allergies. But there's such an involved process to make sure it's sterilized and that I'm using the right kind of water in it. Everything I read about it online mentions the threat of a brain parasite, but it's for my health. Things that are healthy shouldn't give you a brain parasite.
Thanks for sharing, Gramps. I hope you feel irrigated. And now we have our commenter of the week. This one is on the video, What Living in China is Like for Hello Foreigner, the Real China Vlog. This is from 𝗖𝗵cie, who says, whoa. Whoa indeed. That's all. Noodles to you! You're watching Hello Foreigner, and that was some video that we just made. Leave a comment and tell us a story, or share with us on your Twitters. Here is a video we think you'd like, and the YouTube algorithm thinks you'd like this one. Subscribe, you squirrels, and keep watching. Noodles to you.